Hello guys and welcome to a new episode of the Football Show. As today we're going to talk about games from the Carabao Cup, FIFA Intercontinental Cup, also Copa del Rey, and also Monday's game in the Premier League. Again, I haven't done a video for the last couple of days because I was quite busy in my work. So I had some duties that I had to try to finish, but now it's done and I finished, and I promise you guys that in upcoming weeks I will do a lot more videos than I did in the last 7 days. Um, but yeah, let's start with the Monday first. Man United against Bournemouth, ended a 4-4 draw between Manchester United and Bournemouth. Um, it was an amazing game. It was a great game. I thought first half United played very, very well. They started the game really well. Diallo with the goal. Semenyo has been amazing this season, and I expect a big club to sign him, whether that's going to be in January or in the future, who knows. Casemiro then scores the second goal to make it 2-1 before half time. Like I said, I thought United played very, very well. I thought they were very good in the first half. But the problem is, and that's always been one of the biggest problems for Man United under Amram, is that even when they have good performances, they can't sustain it, and it showed in the second half. Second half just started, and then they could see the goal 2-2 for Evan Ellison, third goal from Trevor Nair, 3-2 to Bournemouth, and then United come back, scoring 2 goals in 3 minutes from Cunha and Bruno Fernandes, and then 5 minutes later Bournemouth equalise to make it 4-4. There was like 3 goals in 8 minutes or something like that. So between the 77th minute and 84th minute, I mean, crazy, amazing game. Probably the best game in the Premier League this season by far. In terms of quality, both teams going forward, they were sublime. Creating lots of chances, defensively being all over the place, but going forward, absolutely amazing. Brilliant game between these two, Man United and Bournemouth. Very fantastic game. But this shows that, again, the problem of United is that going forward, they can be fantastic, but defensively, they need to work, they need to improve. And not only this game, it showed even against, let's say, some of the games against Nottingham Forest where they should have lost, Tottenham where they should have lost. So when they lost 3-0 to Man City, where City were not at their best at the start of the season. So going forward, they've shown they can do really well and they can score goals, and they've got quality players like Cunha or Buemo, even though he didn't have a good game. Mason Mount has been better recently. Bruno Fernandes, Diallo. Defensively, they have to improve. And I understand he had to play some of the defenders like Aiden Heaven, who's a very young player coming from the academy. Euro, who's not been in a good run of form. Shaw, who's not good enough as he's shown for many years. I don't know why he's still at the club. So yeah, but Bournemouth, you have to give credit to them. They've been in a difficult run of form. They had a great start to the season, then they had a difficult run of form. But in this game, they were very, very good. Going forward, they were fantastic, sublime, superb. To watch going forward. Defensively, not so great. And Areola even said in the press conference, I think it was Areola, that he would prefer. I think it was Areola or Ruben Amorim, one of them. But I think both of them would not be. I think they would rather a 0-0 draw than a 4-4 draw, because 4-4 it becomes more stressful, more dramatic, and sometimes that's not great for the coaches. It's great for the fans, but not great for the coaches when it's a chaotic game like that. So yeah, crazy game. Loved it, absolutely amazing. So yeah, and United, however, they missed an opportunity though. Considering they did really well in the first half, they missed the opportunity to go. I think they had the chance to go fourth or level on points with Chelsea. So yeah, it's kind of a missed opportunity for Manchester United in that game. So yeah. Now let's move on to Tuesday. Chelsea beat Cardiff 3-1. And if it wasn't for the substitutions that Maresca brought on off the bench, likes of Garnacho, Pedro Neto, Chelsea they could have been knocked out. They could have been out. Because I think before the substitution, I felt like Cardiff gave Chelsea a good fight. They gave them a good fight. They defended very, very well. They got their tactics spot on, and they're a team playing in League One. And they've got some. They've got one of some of the experienced Premier League players like Robinson, who I think the striker who used to play I think for Sheffield United. Callum Chambers, who used to play for Arsenal. They don't have many experienced Premier League players, but they've got some of them. So, like these two I mentioned. So, yeah, but Chelsea, like I felt like for most of the game they struggled, as it then more than we expected, because Chelsea should wipe the floor of Cardiff City. Chelsea, if you look at the golf and class and the quality between these two, Cardiff City and Chelsea, it's a mismatch, because one of them is in League One and one of them is in Premier League. However, it doesn't always work like this, and that's what we like football, because unexpected things can happen, surprises can happen, and so far, and Chelsea they once again they showed that in the games like this against small sides they could struggle. And what I would say is that if you look at this squad as well, is that one of the things that Maresca maybe made a mistake in this game was rotating too heavily. Listen, you can make rotation. It's okay, no problem. But I think he rotated too much in this game. I think if you look at this starting 11 that Maresca put in, except Tosin and Caicedo, like most of them are not good enough. Gittins, I don't think is good enough. George is still young. Gui, the striker, not good enough. Hato, he's the future, or maybe he's young. Sorry, but the Shirley is not good enough. Georgeson, yeah, not bad, but again. So, and then you look at the bench. They've got some quality players on the bench like Wesley Fofana, Enzo Fernandez, Reece James, Pedro Neto, João Pedro. Most of them are in the first team for Chelsea. They're in the first 11. So, I think one of the things that Maresca could learn from this game is that don't rotate too heavily, because it could have cost Chelsea at the end in the place in the semi-final. So, yeah, but he brought in the big guns when he knew that it was not working that well in the first half. He brought in the big guns like Garnacho, Pedro Neto, João Pedro, Pedro Neto, Pedro Garnacho. So, yeah, and Chelsea go through to the semi-finals. Garnacho actually finally stepped up for Chelsea, even though it was a Carabao Cup run against Cardiff. He still finally stepped up for them. Pedro Neto on the score sheet as well. So, yeah, Chelsea are through to the semi-finals. Carabao Cup, you've got Manchester City against Brentford, moving to Wednesday. Manchester City beat Brentford 2-0. I think it was a decent performance, good performance from City. You look at Guardiola, his starting 11, he selected for this game, and he made some rotations. He didn't rotate too heavily. He put a striker like Steven Mukasa, the youngster for City. But he put in some good players in, the likes of Reginders, Cherokee, Savinho, even though he's not been at his best for City, he's still a good player. Ricky Lewis. So, and then he brought in the big guns like Bernardo Silva, Gavadio, Phil Foden. But it was a good performance from Man City. It was a good evening. Brentford had one or two chances, but other than that, I think City were mostly in control. First goal, Cherky. I mean, once again, he shows the quality that he still has, and the talent, the quality is amazing, absolutely amazing from him. what the touch, the finish, what amazing finish! The top right corner, I mean, amazing goal from him. Once again, he keeps showing the quality that he has. The quality that is absolutely amazing, absolutely superb. So yeah, very good player, quality player, and I would like to see him, start almost every game for Man City. And it's not easy because City have more than Cherki. They have Phil Ford and Doku, etc. Marmoush, who after the African will come back. So, but he's a quality player. He's an amazing player, amazing, fantastic. He's great to watch. That's for sure. The skill he has. People say he's already the replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. Listen, it's too early to say that, but with the quality and the amount of the performances he's shown so far for City whenever he's played, I could see him. And if he keeps improving as well, keeps being more consistent in the future, I could see him having a similar role like Kevin De Bruyne did for Man City in the past. I could see it. The quality, the talent is there, the vision is there. It's just the consistency is needed as well, because Kevin De Bruyne was consistent. Not only had the talent and the quality, he also had the consistency. So Cherki also has to have that as well, if you want to keep performing well and keep staying at the top level and being one of the best players for your team. So very good from Cherki. Second goal, Savinho, who had a good game. Second goal, and City, it was a decent night for them. They are through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, and they'll face Newcastle, who beat Fulham 2-1. Newcastle have had tricky run of form recently, but they bounced back with a last-minute goal from a winning goal from Lewis Smiley. So Newcastle through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup in the same competition they won it last year. Can they win it back-to-back? Will not be easy, because they've got City in the semi-finals, and then in the final, most likely it's going to be Chelsea, Arsenal, unless Crystal Palace beat both of them. But at the same time, Newcastle played, I think, Arsenal semi-final last season, and they beat Liverpool, who are the Premier League champions, last season as well in the final. So you never know. Crystal Palace won the FA Cup last season, so you never know. You cannot. Yeah, you could say most likely this, but you cannot 100% guarantee, especially in this kind of competitions where anything can happen. Paris Saint-Germain in the Intercontinental final, they beat Flamengo on penalties. They drew 1-1 normal time with Flamengo, thanks to they got the lead thanks to a goal from Kavica Kvaratskhelia. And they had a great start to the game, and they were very good in the first half, particularly. But I think Flamengo responded really well. Obviously they had less possession. And obviously, for most of the game, PSG were in control in terms of possession chances. But I think Flamengo had still gave a good fight and never gave up. And despite being 1-0 down, especially when you 1-0 against PSG, you're like, oh, here we go, we could get battered here. But Flamengo, they gave a good fight. They got the penalty goal from Jorginho, who likes to score a lot of penalties, as we know, from his Chelsea days. But it was quite tricky for PSG in the end, because I have to say also Flamengo, they defended very, very well, and it went to penalties. And I don't think either of them had the best. I think both teams didn't have the best performances in the penalty shootouts, but yeah, at the end PSG wins the penalty shootout at the end, and they win the FIFA Intercontinental Cup. It used to be called the Club World Cup, but because of the new format, it's changed with a different name, and PSG now win the Intercontinental Cup. So congratulations to PSG, and it's another trophy they won this year as well. Real Madrid, they struggle against Talavera, winning 3-2, and it got a bit nervy in the end. I mean, Real Madrid were winning 2-0, but it got a bit nervy in the end, and De Renzo scoring the second goal, and who knows, it got a bit nervy at the end. So yeah, it's not what Xabi also would have liked, considering the pressure. He still has some pressure in his job as well, even though he won. It's not what he would have liked. But even the top teams in the Spanish league, they've struggled in the Copa del Rey. Rabbit Barca had a bit of a struggle. Atletico Madrid had a bit of a struggle against the small teams who are, from the small divisions in Spanish football. So yeah, it's not only Real Madrid had that kind of struggle. To be fair to them, also Atletico and Barcelona. So, but all of them won and they go through to the next round. That's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. See you next time, and goodbye.